I'm going to number the first 20 balls and then label that the second one is going to be green and the 20th is as well. Now we're told that each ball is coloured in one of four colours, green, red, yellow or blue, and among any 5 consecutive there's exactly one red, one yellow, one blue, which means there's also going to be 2 greens. And then after any red, the next ball is yellow. Okay, so let's think about this consecutive part in a bit more detail. So I know that between these I'm going to have 2 greens, a red, yellow and blue. But what I also know then is that 2 to 6, I'm going to get exactly the same setup, which means that 1 and 6, and therefore 11, and therefore 16, all have to be the same color. But that doesn't just apply to those, it's going to actually be every 5. We've got to have a repeated pattern, basically, because of this argument I just made. Because you could do a similar thing with 3 to 7. And the only difference is that, well, in both of them we've got 3, 4, 5, but in the one on the left I've got 2, and the one on the right I've got 7, so 2 and 7 must also be the same. I'm just going to kind of bring this back a little bit, but I've made that argument, and what that means is that the 7th one is going to be green, because it's 5 after, and the same with 12, and the same with 17, but more importantly I can use the 20th one, so 15 also has to be green, and so does 10, and so does 5. Brilliant. Because actually this is a really useful piece of information, because before we didn't know where red and yellow were, but now, because it says that after any red ball, the next ball is yellow, it must be that red is here and yellow is here, which means blue must be number 1. And then we can repeat the pattern as follows. So it must go blue, green, red, yellow, green, and then repeat. Every 5th one is going to be green, so the 2020th ball will be green because it's every multiple of 5. And then what we know what comes after that one, it starts up again, and so the 2021st is going to be blue. Okay, this is the best way to do this problem. You could use a kind of a trial and error approach, fit in green here and then maybe try the first one being blue and try the pattern and see whether or not it conflicts with 20 later on. That would work. It's not as neat as realizing that they repeat every 5. That's the way to go really, and that gives us a neat solution and the answer of blue.